Welcome back again to our channel where we break down mathematics, physics and chemistry. So we are still on our physics explanations. We started with last class we explained about Pinot camera and some other concepts on rectilinear propagations of light. So today we're having reflections and refractions on a surface. So, and we all know that under waves, a wave is a disturbance which travels through a medium, transferring energy from one form to another without causing any permanent displacement of that particular medium. But there are many properties of the waves. If you're talking about properties, there are many, but one of them is this. So when I'm talking about the properties of a wave, there are many, but now our main focus, we are only focusing on two. We are focusing on reflection, and that is reflections of light. We are focusing on refraction of light. So we still have other properties like diffractions, polarizations, interference. But our main focus there is just two, on reflections of light and refractions of light. So under reflections of light, we have what we call regular and irregular reflection. We have what we call regular here, and we have what we call irregular reflections. What can give us irregular reflections now? Regular one is plane surface, which is your plane mirror. That's our main focus here. But what can give irregular? We have the page of a book, face of a man. So this is what can give you regular reflections. Then let's go to refractions now. Under this, we're talking about our concepts of rectangular prism. We'll be talking about the triangular prism. And lastly, we're talking about lenses, your lens. So these are the three concepts that we're talking about refractions on our next videos. But today, we are starting with plane surface under regular reflections of light. Now, focusing on reflections of light, under that we have plane mirror. So look at here, the meaning of this plane mirror is that when they paint one part of a side, let's just say of a glass with silver, is what we call plane mirror. For instance, this is the glass and they painted some parts here. So this is with silver. So this is what we call plane mirror. So then we have types of image that we have here. We have what we call real image. We have the real one and we have the virtual one. These are the two types of image that we have. The real one can be cut or can be casted on the screen because light pass through it. While the virtual one cannot be cut on the screen because light do not pass through it. This one can be cut on the screen, but this one cannot be cut on the screen. So that is the difference between them. This one light pass through, while this one light did not pass through them. So as you can see now, this is a plane mirror. Can you see now? This is a plane mirror. They want to talk about the characteristics of this plane mirror now. What you see, that is what you are going to write. You see, what do you see? What do you observe on the plane mirror? But you don't need to cram on the characteristics. And you can see the image on the board. You see what happens to the image on the board. You see the image on the board? Can you see it now? What happens to it? What you see, that is what you are going to write. The characteristics now, like what you see, what I've shown you now of a plane mirror. The first one, it is what? It is upright. Number two, it is lateral inverted. That means lateral inversion. And the meaning of this lateral I show you on the board. What is on the board here is upside down on the mirror. And when you have a reverse of that particular word is what's called lateral inverted. For instance, we're having something like gel this way. This gel showing on a plane mirror. So if you have something shown on a plane mirror this way, like gel, the inverse of this now, it will be, you first see this L like this. So the L first on the mirror, followed by the E upside down like this, and followed by the J facing this side. So this is where you see it on the mirror, like what I show you now. So you see it upside down. So this is, as they can ask you like this in jam question, the lateral inverted of this word. You see the last one first, but in upside down way. So we have the third one now. We've talked about it is virtual, but light do not pass through, so it is virtual. Then the fourth one, it is that we can mention now. It is far, or it's as far behind the mirror as the object is before the mirror. So this is what we have here. Since the object is always before the mirror, yeah, we can conclude that our object distance is equal to your image distance. So they used to ask this severally on questions. So we are going to solve a question like jam questions on this. So note, on a plane mirror, if they are given a question and they tell you that this question is on plane mirror, know that your object distance is equal to the image distance. So look at the questions on the last characteristic of a plane mirror. That I told you that your object distance is equal to your image distance. So look at it here now. A man stands 4 meters in front of a plane mirror. So please note, the name matters. Plane mirror, not on pion camera, plane mirror. So the man stands 4 meters of this now. If the mirror is moved 1 meter, so they move the mirror closer. So what you just do is that since it has been moved, so your new image now or your new object is equal to 4 minus 1 meter. But assume you are given a question that the object is here and they move the object far away from that position, you add. But if it moves closer, you minus. This one move 1 meter towards the man, so they move it is minus. But if you move far away, it's plus. Please note the questions very well. So the next thing now, once you get the image, and I told you anything your object is, that is also what you're having as your image, 3 meter. Your object distance is 3 meter. So your image too is 3 meter. What is the questions? The distance between him and his new image now. So then you add these two together. These two. So meaning the distance between him is u plus v. What is u on the board? 3 plus this 3, making 6 meter. Final answer. So option, you see 3 meter. Please don't go straight to the 3 meter. We know they are the same. But they're asking for the distance, the addition of the two between the object, between him now and the image. So we have 3 meter, 5 meter, 6 meter, 10 meter. So the answer is 6 meter, option C. These UTM questions, you can try to twist your mind, but it's very easy. You might have a long question. So try to do this. An object is placed 10 centimeter in front of a plane mirror. If it moves 8 centimeter further, this one is further now, please note, away from the mirror. Determine the distance of the final image from the mirror. This one, you are only looking for the image. Only the image alone, not the object, or add them together. No, the question is only asking you to look for the final image. So 2 centimeter, 9 centimeter, 16 centimeter, 18 centimeter wide, 2007. So and try to put that on your comment sections. And please, on our next class, we are having videos on applications of a plane mirror. We'll talk about inclined mirror and the law of reflections. And follow for more. Thanks.